Greetings, beloveds. Welcome to Muse and Magic 1111. Thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another deep dive into your twin flame journey. No, we're not talking about twin flames necessarily, but it is your relationship tarot, okay? So, here we are. My name is Aisha. Of course, I'm coming to you from Bay Area, California, and also known as Goddess, by the way. I am your local healer, your local spiritual advisor, muse, author, workshop facilitator, and so much more. I am a serial entrepreneur, y'all. Okay. So we're gonna just dive into these messages right after this song. This song I feel like is either from you from your person or from your person to you. Only you know how the lyrics resonate. So we're gonna listen here as I shuffle a few more cards for this, and hopefully y'all know how I get down. I mean, there's gonna be some music. Sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's not. If in case it is not, you can check out Zay France. It's called Better Love. Zay, Z-A-E, France, Better Love. Okay? So just listen to the lyrics because there's something in here for you. And again, if they're unclear, you can check out Zay France, Better Love on your own. Okay? And just know that there's something in there for you. Okay, I'm going to end it here. All right, I'm going to just go on and get into it. All right, so general energies here for this particular connection, whoever you're thinking of, your person. We have a sense of stillness here. There's a sense of stillness, still kind of a little bit of fog around the situation or fogginess around the situation, but there's still kind of a sense of peace and stillness. Okay. It's almost like there was a breach. There was a breach in the hull. There was a breach in this uh, protected, very sacred, veiled, protected situation. Okay. But I don't know. It's like, and yet still, there's just this sense of gratitude, of solitude, and just stillness and peace. Okay. Um, Vigilance is here. Childhood, innocence is here. Okay. And when you think about an island can stand alone. Okay. It does stand alone. It's surrounded by water, and water always represents like emotions. But this is an island that stands alone. Something else that came up in this energy was the wolf. And wolves, while they do run in packs, I always think about the lone wolf, right? Because sometimes maybe leadership can seem a little lonely at times, right? Um, because it is very possible to be surrounded by a group full of people, a house full of people, and still feel very much alone. Um, so I don't know why I needed to say that, but I just feel like maybe that's the energy here. Even though there is, you know, busyness all around, even though life is happening all around, even though there was a breach somewhere here, even though there's fogginess, still some lack of clarity here. But in the end, there's a sense of stillness, a sense of solitude, a sense of innocence in this situation. Um, and this stillness has more to do with the fact that there's been some purification. For purification, I always think about someone going through the fire, right? Things that go through the fire are purified, right? So there's been some tower moments. There's been some shit. Life has lifed, you know what I mean? And yet, just to be in a space where you can still manage ebb and flow, you can still manage to allow universe, allow divinity to come in and still guide you, and you're able to just roll with the punches, go with the flow. Because there was a tower moment, a tsunami, a wake up call in this situation, which was the breach. I think there was a breach of contract, a breach of trust. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A breach, maybe a breach of someone's solitude, right? A breach of someone's innocence, maybe. But again, Gaia comes in, and this is just a reminder that there needed to be some nurturing. Maybe someone in this connection was the nurturer, represented the nurturing. Um, but in solitude, and I feel like it's a very feminine energy, Gaia, of course, is, but for my feminine in this connection, I feel like the solitude belongs to you. When you are in a space of stillness and solitude, you're more focused. This shows up again. It came up in the Scorpio reading. But also, there's a time where you are spending time nurturing yourself, getting back to the middle, getting back to getting grounded. That's that Gaia energy. Getting back to nature. Okay, nature, nurture. And again, this is all about your own personal instinct. The lone wolf, the woman who runs with wolves, right? Um, because although there's such grand massiveness around you as far as the backdrop and what's happening in life, you still manage to be able to remain good and innocent. And I don't mean innocent in a way like you've never done anything wrong. I just mean innocent in a way that your heart is good. Your intentions are good. Even if things don't always turn out good, your intentions are good. Okay? The masculine energy here, let's tell us about that, Spirit. We have someone who is shape-shifting, someone who is trying to change, someone who's working on change. This is someone who is compassionate and loving, for sure, who has compassion for you, feminine. Um, and I feel like this is like some type of a past life I don't know why this comes up, my Scorpio, because there's so much transformation in the path of Scorpio, possibly why. This is someone who promised you something, who promised you that they'd be here for you, promised you love and compassion. Now this I'm saying is in a different uh, maybe in, like I said, a different lifetime or something. But this is a promise, a commitment that was made. Um, and someone is summoning or invoking uh, this connection. Someone is trying to, yeah, someone is hoping for the success of this situation, this situationship, this relationship. Someone is calling you in. Someone is calling it in. For my feminines, there's almost like a breath of fresh air. You know, it's like you're finally starting to see the forest. What is it saying? Like, you can't see the trees. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry, it's very late. Can't see the trees for the forest, but I see where this is feminine. You're actually seeing each of the trees individually, and you're also seeing the collective as a forest. Like you're gaining clarity here. You have gained clarity. Um, there was volatility here, okay? Um, but again, I just feel like, you know, maybe in some way there was some type of an eruption, right? Uh, Remember that tsunami card came up? So there was some type of a wow moment. But again, from all of that, this was born. From all of that, you know, there was purification because you've been through the fire. Okay. I think you have been, gosh, I feel like you've been baptized. That's what I want to say with the submerged card. You've been baptized by the fire, honey, and come up through the water. You've been through it all. Okay. And there's blessings at the end. There's a promise. There's blessing, you know. Literally your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And all of what you've been through literally was an activation. It was an activation and a calling for your transcendence, for your higher, you know, it was like an activation for your evolution, your it's like your soul's graduation. I don't know. I just want to say that, right? Especially with the celebration here. Again, this comes up again in this reading. Let's just kind of get into some of these love oracle messages and see what's going on with your person. What is going on with your person, Scorpio? No, we're not doing Scorpio. I'm sorry. I just did Scorpio. I'm sleepy, y'all. It is literally almost 1:30 in the morning. Oh, gosh. This is a general reading, okay? So if you stumbled across this, this is for you. My bad, y'all. Um, so, yeah, we have kisses. Unconditional love here, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So this is someone who I think even in your absence has fallen completely head over heels for you. Yeah, reminiscing on the past, right? Um, Viewing old pictures. Somehow this person has pictures of you or is looking at pictures of you, probably online, social media or something, but they are reminiscing for sure. some of them may have some type of something from you, some type of a keepsake or something that they keep touching, feeling, looking at, and reminiscing about. Especially how they acquired it is important. Um, yeah. So again, there's been some type of a completion here of this cycle, or whatever, but this is also indicative of some connection or someone who really wants to bring things full circle because they're realizing that this deserves a higher level of commitment. It's like they see you as their forever person. There was like a sudden change, or there is a sudden light bulb that is going off, an aha moment here with the lightning bulb. Yeah. Someone's had epiphany, someone's, yeah, it's like someone is surprised, to be honest, at, they're surprised at this sudden awakening. You know what I'm saying? At this epiphany. It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's, mm-hmm. Yeah. And recognizing that they pretty much had some type of a codependency here on someone, place, person, place, thing, something. It could have been substance, substances or whatever, something more specific. But that caused a block. Their need to control caused a block. You know, their codependency caused a block. Their restraint caused a block. Right? Yeah. So they chose to, yeah, they chose to possibly find a reason to be angry or disappointed about something in this connection. They refused to talk, they were avoiding a very needed conversation. They refused to take a chance, didn't want to take any risks, and they definitely didn't want to show their hand. Didn't want to show their hand. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So gaslighting, literally just kind of, it's like they had this isn't even the mask card, but it's the sunglasses. It was like, how the eyes are the keys, right? They're the keys to the soul. They are the portals to the soul. And this is someone who did not want to take the blockers off because they did not want you to see truly how they really felt. They didn't want you to know, feel, see how they really felt and who they really, gosh, it's like who they really were. It was all about the perception. Although they were still always looking, stalking, focusing on you in the background. You know, that energy just feels good. And yeah. So anyway, so here's a meeting or conversation coming in. This could be this could lead to maybe some type of an upliftment around this situation. Could lead to an engagement or talk of engagement or something like that, or just at least things coming full circle. Could lead to just talking about this epiphany, right? This light bulb moment. Yeah, it could also be a conversation about how deeply hurt, how sad this separation has made someone, how they felt lost. Yeah, how they've been grieving, how they've been mourning. Someone has been, whether they talk about it or not, but this is right next to the conversation card. This is so interesting. And see, this is the snake here. So this is about competition. There was competition. This is cleverness, maliciousness. This is looking over your shoulders. The other woman. So there was possibly another woman involved here, or a third party situation. This was probably part of the addiction. To be honest, it's right under the addiction card. So the addiction may not have been necessarily substance, but just addiction to control, and also playing two against the middle, also having options, just making sure I always got options. You know what I mean? Like, wow, interesting. Yeah, and it's led to separation, sadness, and someone is very sad and very much missing you, thinking about you, unsure of the future, yearning for you. I hope y'all can't hear this music in the background. It is almost 2 in the literally, okay, I'm overly exaggerating a little bit, but it's like literally 1:20 in the morning. This is outside my window, just wow. Anyhow, but hey, maybe that's indicative. Everything's a part of the reading of someone rolling up, blasting some music by your window. You know, there's a message in that for you, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Or some urgency to make sure that this message gets to you, that someone comes forward. You know, um, it's almost like that type of stuff, because I was just thinking, like, it just keeps me up, you know, like you can't go to, if I wasn't doing this reading, I'd be like, damn, I can't even go to sleep because the music, right? So it just makes me feel like this is someone who feels that way, like I can't even go to sleep because I'm thinking of you, I'm reminiscing, you know, and in a way, you are their music, not in a disturbing kind of way, but music is actually probably very relevant to you and this person. Maybe you like the same types of music, you listen to music together, or you write music, sing music, or, but there's some connection with music here. Um, Yeah, this is like it was a one-sided relationship. It was like someone who kind of love bombed in the beginning, or is used to love bombing and then pulling back a little bit, and that's narcissistic. It's here, self-absorbed, narcissistic. So it was about what they wanted and what they needed at the time. Meanwhile, your needs went unmet. You know, um, gosh, wow. Let's pull a couple more cards and then we'll get out of this. Let's see what the advice is. Yeah, so this is about planning and setting a date. But this is also the same card for some of you, because you're going to be attracting a new energy. You know, it's almost like I want to say, not today, right? Too much, too little, too late to try again with you, and too much, too little, too late. Mm-hmm. That old school song. Um, Too much, too little, too late to try again with you. How does it go? Anyway, the point of the matter is too much, too little, too late. Okay, and so this is someone getting back out there, planning a date. You know, and this is someone new. This is someone new. Yeah, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. So it's almost like this person wants to make new memories. They're missing you. But here you have someone new coming in, and it's almost like now the roles will reverse. There's a possibility that you could have to make a decision eventually, right? Between a new person and this person who wants to try and come back. That's the energy that I really get here. But ooh, wow, that's deep. the Grim Reaper shows up and it says the relationship is over, no second chance. You know, grow and transform your life. Our journey is over. For someone. Yeah, you have heart with the key. So this new person is going to be someone you will welcome. You will welcome this love. They will welcome yours. Again, meeting the one, right? Opening your heart and yeah, getting together. Dang. Okay, so we're going to stop there. Let's just see what the advice is here. Wow. Someone has missed the bus. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. What is the advice here? We're going to look at the spirit animal cards. Very simplistic. Very simplistic. What are the messages? What are the messages for my masculines? Uh-oh. In this connection. Ooh, unicorn. Use your imagination. Dream. And someone does see you in their dreams or they dream of you. Yep, get ready for big change. That's butterfly, which is always about transformation. For my feminines, what are the messages for my feminines in this connection? Notice the little things. This comes up again. Ask for what it is that you want. Do the right thing. And I did these up pretty good. And somehow these same cards want to come up. There's only... So this is about trusting your own feelings, feminines. Because you can overcome any problem. Try something new. Can't make it up. So, with that being said, let's see what the messages are for the union. What are the messages for this union? Cooperate with others. Surprise others with favors. And stand up for yourself. So in essence, this has been always about setting boundaries. You know, I feel like somebody's love language may be surprises or gifts. So obviously surprise others. Okay, with favors, with gifts. I'll even, interpret it as such. And cooperate. Okay, cooperate. One more. Bottom of the deck. You can do it. You can do it. Alright guys, well those are your messages. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed reading for you. And again, remember that love is the highest vibration of all. Love brings change. Love heals. It heals all wounds. But until next time, I'm sending you optimal levels of health, wealth, abundance, and wholeness.